My brothers and sisters, many people wake up every morning with a heavy heart, wondering how they will pay their bills, how they will feed their families, and how they will escape the financial stress that surrounds them. And sometimes in that difficulty, a person forgets that the one who provides for the birds in the sky, the fish in the oceans, the insects in the desert, and the humans across the world is the same Lord who can open your doors. Allah Almighty says in the Quran, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and provide for him from places he never imagined. Surah At-Talaq 65, 2-3. Today I want to remind you of something simple, something powerful, and something many people have completely forgotten. When you need money urgently, when you need your rizq to expand, when you need a door to open, never sleep after Fajr and recite these 6 beautiful names of Allah with conviction, sincerity, and trust. These names are not a ritual, they are keys, and a key only works when your heart truly believes the door can open. 1. Never sleep after Fajr, the time when rizq is distributed. My brothers and sisters, you must understand something very important. The time after Fajr is not an ordinary part of the day. These early moments carry a special blessing from Allah, a blessing that many people ignore completely. The world may look quiet at that time, the streets may be empty, the sky may still be dark, but spiritually, this is the moment when Allah sends barakah into the lives of His servants. The angels descend with sustenance, with goodness, with opportunities, and with ease that you have been making dua for. This is why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made a very powerful dua for us. Oh Allah, bless my ummah in the early hours of the morning. He didn't make this dua for noon or evening. He made it specifically for the early hours because this is when the doors of rizq are opened. But what do many people do? They wake up for Fajr, pray half asleep, and then go back to bed immediately. They don't realize they are sleeping during the exact time when Allah is preparing their sustenance, their blessings, their opportunities, their ideas, and the answers to their duas. They ask Allah for success, for wealth, for clarity, for a solution. But when Allah sends those blessings at the time He promised, they are asleep. Imagine missing your provision every single day simply because you felt too comfortable under your blanket. My brothers and sisters, staying awake after Fajr does not mean you must become a scholar or read for hours. Even if you just sit quietly, read a few pages of Quran, make simple dhikr, reflect on your life, or plan your day, you will feel your mind becoming clearer and stronger. Your decisions become wiser because your heart is calm, your thoughts are clean, and your actions are guided. This clarity itself is part of rizq. Wealth is not only the money in your pocket. Wealth is also the guidance Allah places in your heart, the barakah He puts in your time, the ideas He inspires in your mind, and the peace He places in your chest. When you remain awake after Fajr consistently, day after day, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your life. You will feel more productive, more focused, more grateful, and more connected to Allah. Doors will start opening for you. Doors you never even knocked on. Opportunities you did not expect will come your way. People will suddenly help you. Ideas will appear in your mind out of nowhere. Allah will make your path easier, not because you did something huge, but because you respected the time when He places blessings. So my beloved brothers and sisters, if you need money urgently, if you need ease, if you need success, then do not waste the early hours of the morning. Do not sleep through your rizq. Stay awake after Fajr, even for a short time, and you will witness how Allah transforms your life in ways you never imagined. 2. Ya Fatah, the opener of all doors. My brothers and sisters, every single one of us has moments in life when it feels like nothing is moving. You try your best, you make dua, you knock on doors, you look for opportunities, but everything feels blocked. Your heart becomes heavy, your mind becomes stressed, and you start to wonder if Allah is even listening. But the truth is this: Allah is always listening and Allah never leaves you alone. Sometimes He closes certain doors because He wants you to call upon Him with sincerity. And among the most powerful ways to call upon Him is by reciting one of His beautiful names, Ya Fatah. Ya Fatah means the opener. Not just the opener of physical doors, but the opener of opportunities, of ideas, of solutions, of blessings, and of paths you didn't even know existed. When life feels tight, when your chest feels heavy, when your income feels stuck, when your efforts feel wasted, this is the moment to call upon Al-Fatah. He is the one who opens doors even when the entire world tells you it's impossible. He is the one who opens hearts towards you, inspires people to help you, and guides your mind toward the right decisions at the right moment. Many people think that rizq means money, but sometimes the biggest rizq is a door that opens unexpectedly, a chance meeting with someone who helps you, a new idea that transforms your income, a sudden opportunity that lifts your financial burden. These are all futuhat, openings granted by Allah, but these openings openings only come to those who believe that Allah can open what humans cannot. When you recite Ya Fattah after Fajr, do not simply repeat the words with your tongue. Recite it with your heart awake. Recite it believing that Allah has the key to every door and your job is only to turn toward Him. Say it slowly, intentionally, and with full trust. Ya Fattah, open my doors in ways I cannot see. Remove the obstacles I do not understand. Bring ease into my life with your mercy. Sometimes Allah opens a door by changing your situation, and sometimes He opens a door by changing you. You might suddenly feel motivated, inspired, or clear-minded. You might wake up with a new solution to a problem you've been struggling with for months. You might meet a person who brings you an unexpected opportunity. You might receive a message, a call, or a blessing that you never anticipated. These are signs that Al-Fattah has begun to open your path. My brothers and sisters, do not underestimate this name. It is not just a recitation, it is a key to transformation. When you wake up after Fajr and say Ya Fattah sincerely, you are telling Allah, I am here, I am trying, I am trusting, and I know that no door is closed when you decide to open it. And wallahi, when Allah opens a door for you, no power on earth can close it. So recite Ya Fattah daily, especially after Fajr, and watch how Allah replaces your struggle with ease, your confusion with clarity, and your closed doors with beautiful, blessed openings. 3. Ya Razak, the provider who never runs out. My brothers and sisters, one of the greatest misunderstandings we have today is believing that our sustenance comes from people, from our job, from our boss, from our business, or from the economy. We say with our lips that Allah is the provider, but our hearts become shaken the moment money becomes tight. We panic when income drops. We fear when doors close. We worry when we are rejected. But let me remind you of a simple truth. Your rizq is not in the hands of people. Your rizq is with Allah, and Allah's treasures never decrease. This is why the name Ya Razak is so powerful. It reminds your heart that the one who feeds billions of humans, billions of animals, countless creatures in the land, sea, skies, and deserts, without forgetting a single one, is more than capable of taking care of you. Allah provides for the ant crawling under a rock in the darkness of the earth. Do you really think He will forget you, the one who cries out to Him, prays to Him, and turns to Him for help? When you recite Ya Razak after Fajr, you are not just saying a name. You are declaring with your heart, Oh Allah, my sustenance is from You alone. You are the one who gives without limit, and You are the one who withholds with wisdom. Write for me what is best, and make me content with what You give. You see, my brothers and sisters, sometimes Allah delays your rizq not to punish you, but to protect you. If He gave it earlier, it might have harmed you, overwhelmed you, or taken you away from Him. And sometimes Allah gives you less now so He can give you much more later. This is why trust is such a big part of faith. When you recite Ya Razak, you are placing that trust back where it belongs, directly with Allah. Think about this for a moment. Your employer could fire you today, your business could collapse tomorrow, the economy could crash next month, but none of these things will stop what Allah has already written for you. What reaches you was always written to reach you, and what never reaches you was never meant for your hands. When you say Ya Razak, you're freeing your heart from fear, from panic, from stress, and from the illusion that people control your life. Reciting Ya Razak after Fajr also opens your mind to halal means of earning. You begin to notice opportunities you ignored before. You start thinking more clearly. Your decision making improves. Why? Because when your heart is calm, your mind becomes sharper. When your trust is strong, your ideas grow. When you rely on Allah, He guides you toward the best path. Many people chase money but lose peace. When Allah provides, He gives both sustenance and serenity. You don't just receive income, you receive barakah, you receive clarity, you receive stability, you receive balance. And this is why calling upon Ya Razak every morning is so important. You are asking for wealth that comes with blessing, not burden. So my beloved brothers and sisters, every morning after Fajr, pause for a few moments and recite Ya Razak with full certainty in your heart. Say it slowly, meaningfully, and intentionally. And remind yourself that the Lord who feeds the entire universe is the same Lord who will take care of you. Your rizq is secure with Allah. Your sustenance is safe with Him. And what Allah has written for you will reach you no matter who tries to block it. 4. Ya Kareem, the most generous who gives beyond expectation. My brothers and sisters, there is something truly beautiful about the name of Allah, Ya Kareem. This name is not simply about Allah giving. It is about Allah giving in a way that is majestic, abundant, gentle, and far beyond what you ever expected. When you call upon Ya Kareem, you are not asking Allah for ordinary blessings. You are asking Him for blessings that carry honor, ease, beauty, and barakah. We often make dua with small expectations, thinking maybe Allah will answer, maybe He won't, maybe I don't deserve much. But when you call upon Al-Karim, you are calling upon the one who gives even when you don't ask properly, who gives even when you don't deserve it, who gives even when you forget Him, and who gives more than what you imagined. That is why the scholars say, when Allah, the most generous, gives you something, He gives in a way that makes your heart feel honored. Think of how a generous human gives, with a smile, with kindness, with warmth. Now imagine the generosity of Allah, whose generosity is not limited by wealth, time or ability. When Allah gives you through His name Al-Karim, it is not just a provision, it is a gift filled with mercy, wrapped in barakah and delivered with love. When you recite Ya Karim after Fajr, your heart begins to open. You stop thinking, how will I survive? And you start thinking, Allah will take care of me. You stop worrying about people and you place your expectations on the one who never disappoints. The stress in your chest begins to soften. The fear in your mind begins to fade, because now you are calling upon a Lord who loves giving in ways that uplift you. My brothers and sisters, sometimes Allah gives you money, but sometimes Allah gives you something far better. He gives you contentment, peace, wisdom, or an opportunity that will transform your life. Sometimes you ask Allah for a small job and He prepares a much bigger path for you. Sometimes you ask Allah to fix a simple problem and He reshapes your entire life for the better. This is how Al-Karim works. And remember this, when Allah gives, He gives with barakah. A little becomes enough. A small amount brings more happiness than a large amount ever brought to someone else. You may earn the same amount as another person, but because you call upon Ya Karim, Allah puts such peace and blessing in your income that you feel rich even with little. This is a type of wealth that money cannot buy. Reciting Ya Karim after Fajr also teaches your heart humility. It reminds you that you are not entitled to anything. Everything you receive is a gift. Your health, your job, your knowledge, your opportunities, even the breath you are taking right now, all of these are gifts from Al-Karim. When you truly feel this in your heart, you become grateful, and gratitude brings even more blessings. Sometimes Allah delays His generosity because He wants your dua to grow. He wants your sincerity to deepen. He wants your heart to soften. Then when His generosity arrives, it arrives at the perfect moment, in a perfect way, and with perfect timing. Not too early, not too late, but exactly when your life needs it. So my brothers and sisters, after Fajr, when the world is still quiet and your heart is soft, close your eyes and say, Ya Kareem, Ya Kareem, Ya Kareem. Let your heart feel the weight of that name. Let your mind reflect on Allah's generosity. Ask Him not only for wealth, but for barakah in that wealth. Ask Him not only for opportunities, but for peace within those opportunities. Ask Him not only for a way out, but for a way that brings dignity and ease. Because when Allah gives through His name, Al-Karim, He gives in ways that elevate you spiritually, emotionally, and financially. His generosity changes your situation, transforms your heart, and beautifies your entire life. 5. Yagani, the one who is forever rich and makes His servants independent. My brothers and sisters, among the most comforting names of Allah is Yagani. This name means that Allah is completely free of need, independent of all creation, and infinitely rich. Everything in the heavens and the earth belongs to Him. Every treasure, every opportunity, every resource, every source of wealth is under His command. Nothing limits Him, nothing restricts Him, nothing is beyond His ability to provide. But there is something deeper here. When you call upon Yagani, you are not only acknowledging that Allah is rich, you are reminding your heart that your own financial situation is never hopeless. Because the one who controls all wealth has never once run out of provision. Allah's treasury does not shrink, it does not weaken, it does not depend on the economy, a business, a job, or a person. Whether the market crashes or the world changes, Allah remains Al-Ghani, the one who does not diminish. My brothers and sisters, many people suffer not because they lack money, but because they feel dependent on people. They beg, they lower themselves, they hide their struggles, and they fear losing the little that they have. But when you recite Yagani, you are asking Allah to liberate your heart from this dependency and to make Him the source of your strength, dignity, and stability. You are saying, Oh Allah, make me independent through You. Do not leave me in need of anyone else. Sometimes Allah gives someone a large amount of wealth, but their heart is still needy, still anxious, still fearful. And sometimes Allah gives someone a small amount, but fills their heart with peace and contentment until they feel richer than those who own millions. This is the difference between money without barakah and money with barakah. Money without barakah feels heavy, stressful, and unstable. Money with barakah feels peaceful, sufficient, and full of blessing. And this type of wealth only Allah can give through His name, Yagani. When you recite Yagani after Fajr, you are aligning your heart with the true source of richness. You begin to understand that your value is not tied to your bank account, your belongings, or your income. Your value is tied to your connection with Allah. When Allah enriches the heart, the entire life transforms. You walk with confidence, you speak with clarity, you live with dignity, and you stop fearing loss because you know that everything belongs to Allah anyway. Reciting Yagani also opens the doors of halal wealth and removes the need for impermissible shortcuts. When a person feels desperate, they sometimes fall into interest, scams, harmful partnerships, or dishonest dealings. But when you trust in Yagani, your heart remains firm, you choose what is halal, and Allah blesses it so much that you realize that what you gained through honesty is far better than what you could have gained through sin. My brothers and sisters, reflect on this deeply. Allah enriched Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, with a kingdom unlike any other. Yet Sulaiman still bowed in humility, recognizing that everything he had was from Allah. That is true richness, richness of the heart. And Allah enriched many of the companions with wealth after they had once been poor. Yet they used their wealth for good, for charity, for helping, for building, because they understood that richness is a test, not an identity. When you recite Yagani, ask Allah not only for more money, but for the strength to remain humble, grateful, and wise with whatever He gives you. Ask Him to protect you from arrogance, greed, and attachment. Ask Him to make you someone who uses wealth, not someone who is used by wealth, because money can be a blessing or a trap, and only Allah decides.